Okay, so let's begin. Okay, so let's still just march on the spots, and at the same time, we'll be just moving our joints. Okay, so let's start the head. We're just going to tuck our chin down, kind of round our back a little bit. Okay, and we just come back up. Bring the chest up. Pull the shoulders back. Okay, and we just continue. So breathing out fully. Okay, and then breathing in. Okay, just what we usually do, except we're also moving our feet at the same time. Okay, so so let people in. Okay, maybe just 2 more times, breathing out. Okay, and breathing in. Okay, we're gonna raise our hands up. Okay, we're gonna look left and right. At the same time, we try to separate the fingertips a little bit more. Okay, so you're reaching out to both sides. Try to bring your shoulders a little bit back as well, so that it's in line to the side. Okay, and we just look left and right. Okay, and at the same time, we're gonna reach onto both sides, but also leaning a little bit sideways and turning the arms at the same time. Okay, so if your shoulders get higher, just get your hands a little bit lower. Okay, but the idea is just to reach out and rotate at the same time. Okay, and let's check it out. Okay, we're going to do almost circles of the head. Okay, but this time we're just going to stick our kind of fist out. Okay, we're just going to kind of follow our knuckles. Okay, at the same time, we're just going to draw circles with our shoulders. Maybe 3 times in each direction. Okay, and opposite direction. And we're also just kind of practicing tracking with our eyes. Okay, let's do the same thing on that side. So it's still kind of just big circles. Okay, moving our hands, our shoulders, and also moving our neck at the same time. Okay, and change direction. Okay, and let me just, okay, 2, 3. Okay, let's both hands together. Okay, we're just going to do draw an X. Okay, at the same time, we're moving our hands and moving our legs at the same time. Okay, and let's do the opposite direction. You're just trying to draw as big of a shape as you can. Okay, and check it out. Okay, let's move our shoulders, kind of just rotating back. Okay, and also rotating forward. Okay, let's put our kind of hands on our shoulders. Okay, and we're just going to do big circles again, but this time trying to get our elbows a little bit closer together, getting elbows a little high up and also outside. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's change direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's do a rotation, a little more rotation of the spine. So we're just going to bring one elbow up, okay, and try to reach back a little more with that elbow. Okay, so that's quarter number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, shake it out. Okay, and let's just move our shoulders front to back. Okay, let's try to reach back a little more. So I'm going to reach back. So without slouching too far forward, so just try to stay tall and reach back. So 1, let's do this 5 times. 2, thumbs facing inwards. 3, 4, 5. Okay, and other way, try to reach up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and last time, 5. Okay, check it out. Okay, we're gonna have the hands, elbows up a little bit. Okay, we're gonna imagine putting on glasses. Okay, and we're gonna pull the glasses apart, forward away, and then come back. Okay, so elbow try to stay in the same place, but you can imagine putting a pair of glasses that can separate, so pushing the hands out, elbow stays in, reach out, put the glasses back together. Okay, and repeat. So let's do 5 more times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's do the opposite direction. So same thing, elbow stays in, hands goes out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's shake it up. Okay, we're going to do the opposite direction, elbows up again. We're going to reach in the armpits, reaching out, turn the entire hand up, okay, and come back. Okay, so Let's call this number 2. 3, try to reach out a little more. 4, 5. Okay, let's try a little more confusing, but let's try the opposite direction. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, check it out. Okay, and let's move the wrist a little bit more. Okay, when imagine we're kind of painting the wall with our knuckles. Okay, so you're going to reach deep with the wrist. Okay, and then the knuckles kind of get dragged behind. Going up and down. Okay, let's push our wrist out and back in. Okay, and let's try almost drawing a circle. Okay, so this might be, should still be clockwise for everyone, I think. Okay, and opposite direction. Okay, so kind of knuckle stays in place, but the wrist goes around. Let's check it out. Okay, moving the hands, tips of the fingers. Okay, and then side to side. Okay, so let's move the hips a little bit more. Okay, so we're just going to stay in place. Okay, and let's just go in a circle. So this time we're going to take it a little slow. Start the feet from moving. Okay, just a couple of times of what we usually do. Okay, and let's hold on to something. Let's move the hips front to back. Okay, then we're going to focus on just the front part. So keep our legs straight. Okay, we're just going to lift the leg up. 4, 5. Okay, and then focus on the back. Pushing backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, side to side. So let's try to just sweep inside and outside a couple of times first. Okay, then we're going to focus on the inside part. We're going to reach up with the inside of the foot. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then just focusing on just outside, toes pointing outwards or upwards. Sorry, forward rather. Toes pointing forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, check it out. And let someone in. Okay, same thing on the other side. So still sweeping in and out first, a couple of times. Okay, and then just focusing on just the inside, reaching upwards to the inside of the foot. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and just the outside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, check it out. Okay, and let's do a circle. So we alternate between left and right. So I'm going to go up and out. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let's do the opposite. We're going to step over something and forward. Okay, so alternating between two sides again. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so almost done in warm up, going onto the knees. Okay, what we usually do is just bending and extending the knees. At the same time, you can also just bend the elbows a few times. Okay, and then just rocking back and forth on toes and heels. Okay, side to side a few times, lifting the edges of the feet up. Okay, and lastly, let's kind of bounce on one foot. You can hold on to something, circle the ankles. Okay, just a couple of times on each leg. Okay, and then just bend the toes, lift the toes up. If you can, just try to lift just the big toes up. Okay, and do the opposite. Just lift the other toes up. Okay, and shake it out. Okay, so that was a warm up. Let's go on to the towel stuff. So if you have a towel, you can bring up, and we're just trying to get our heart rate a little bit higher now for about 10 minutes at a time. We'll be using a timer again, so every 30 seconds, every minute we'll be doing a little bit different movement, and in between we'll just be kind of marching on the spot just to take almost a little break. Okay, so I'm going to set the timer again. So let's. Okay, so should hear a beep in the background. Okay, so let's just get our heart rate up a little faster by actually kind of moving our hands and legs a little bit faster first. Okay, so first one, let's still move the shoulders a little more. So we're just going to flip the towel behind us and back and front. Okay, just to work on that shoulder flexion a little more. Okay, but for the time being, we're just going to march on the spot first. Okay, I actually set the timer a little incorrectly, so I'm going to say after 30 seconds. Okay, let's try to do the towels up. So we're going to go reaching up. Okay, back down. Okay, and just repeat. Okay, slowly see if you can actually bring the elbows a little high up. And secondly, also try to see if you can bring your chest up a little bit as well. So not just rely on the shoulders, but also extending the spine by bringing the chest up. Okay, and we're just gonna go for another 10 seconds. Okay, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and come back. Okay, I'm gonna actually reset the clock a little bit. So just keep moving for now. I should have set it for every 30 seconds, not every minute. Okay, so keep marching for now. Okay, here we go. Okay, so second one, let's do almost to put it on a cape one. So we're just going to kind of sweep the towel around, okay, and across. Okay, so we're going to circle. Okay, so once again, still working on the shoulders. Grip the towel a little wider if you feel like it's too tight for you. Okay, so we're just going to sweep it all the way around. And we're to the opposite direction. Okay, 2, 3, 4. Okay, very last time, and 5. Okay, and let's march on the spot again. Okay, just for about 30 seconds. Okay, so next one, let's go a little bit faster. Okay, and we're just going to swing from hip to shoulders on one direction for 15 seconds. Okay, and then hip to shoulders in opposite direction for 15 seconds as well. Okay, and all the meanwhile, you probably just want to pump your heels instead of lifting up for this one. Okay, so we're just going to go instead of marching, you can just extend your ground, but try to move your hands a little faster. Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, opposite direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, back to marching. Okay, so next one similar, but we're gonna, instead of just marching the spot, we're gonna take a step towards one side, you're gonna swing the towel, and then when you step back, just come back. So you're gonna step in the same direction as where you're moving, and then come back into the middle. Okay, so we're gonna do 15 seconds one way, and then switch sides. Okay, so probably start off with the towels being up. Okay, and reach across, 1, come back, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and switch sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And back to the marching. Okay, so let's do the same movement, okay, but we'll make it a little bit more complicated. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna swing the towel once, okay, you're gonna reach across and come back. Okay, so you'll be swinging the towel once and let the momentum carry to the side and step back. Okay, so similar before, but instead of over shoulders, we're gonna do a spin first and then reaching out. Okay, so we swing out, come back, swing out, come back. Okay, so it's just big circle and then almost like hitting a ball on the ground. Okay, and come back. Okay, so we're at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, okay, and 10. Okay, and let's do the same thing on the other side. So big circle again, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, okay, and 10. Okay, and come back into marching. Okay, so next one, we're just going to kind of similar. We're going to go across the shoulders. Okay, and as you chop there, take a step back. Okay, and we're just going to go across the shoulders and back down again. Okay, so I guess we're in order timer for now. Okay, we're just going to go up. Okay, I'm going to chop down 1. Okay, take a big step. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and as we can just march for a second. Okay, and we'll do the same thing on the other leg. So reaching up, okay, and chopping down while taking a step back. Okay, so getting ready, going up, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so the standing leg probably is the one at the side. Okay, we're gonna do the same movement, but we're gonna make it a little more complicated. Okay, so we're gonna do almost like swinging downwards first. You're gonna go up, and as you come back down, you're gonna take a step back. Okay, so it's gonna be like an X, and then as you come back, you're just gonna step back, okay, and repeat. Okay, so let's give that a try after we march for another 5 seconds. So once again, let's draw X in front, and as you're coming back down, just try to bring the leg back. Okay, so it'll be cross and down, okay, and then 2. Okay, and you can kind of continue almost, so try to 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, as you get more comfortable with the pattern, you can try to go a little faster. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, and that's kind of march for 30 seconds first, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So you can kind of play around the pattern first. Okay, so we'll be coming across and back down. So you effectively you're doing X in front, okay, but as you swing down, you're just going to step back, okay, and just going to repeat. Okay, so let's march for another 10 seconds, and then we'll try this pattern out. Okay, so 5 more seconds. Okay, getting ready to draw an X in front. Okay, so draw an X and step back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, once again, if you want, you can go a little faster. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Let's try to go to 20, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, and back to marching. Okay, about 2 more minutes to go. Okay, so next one, let's just hold it both hands. Okay, and we're just trying to spin it quickly. Okay, at the same time, we'll be just squatting up and down a little bit. Okay, so we're going to stop our feet, squat up and down. At the same time, we're just going to spin around. Okay, come on, 3 more seconds or so. Okay, so you can start spinning it first. Okay, and when you feel comfortable, see if you can drop down a little bit. Okay, coming back up. 2, back up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, okay, and 8. Okay, and back to marching. Last round, exact same thing, but just going in the opposite direction. Okay, so marching for another 20 seconds first. Okay, when you get ready, 10 more seconds, when you get ready to spin in the opposite direction and march up and down, or squatting up and down rather. Okay, and once again, you can go faster if you want. 1, okay, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, just show this part of the little tide, and 11. Okay, and let's take a little break. Okay, so that was about 10 minutes. We'll take maybe a 2-minute break, and then we'll do something else. We're probably using a little bit of a weight. So you can, if you have dumbbells, you can grab those, or if you have any sort of water bottles or anything that have a little bit of weight, you can use that as well. Okay, but let's rest until maybe 7:08. Remember to drink enough water. We do expire a lot more fluids when we are breathing a little faster. Okay, but if you have a weight, just have a light dumbbell, water bottles, that could work. I'm just going to take out. Keep my weights in. Okay, so pretty much the same thing. We'll still be marching in between. Okay, but in the middle, we'll just be doing some sort of weightlifting movement. So it's usually not just weightlifting or just aerobics. We can do a combination. Okay, so we can probably just hold it to the weight. Once again, we can march first. Okay, so even just actually walking with some sort of weight, it's actually not a bad practice. When we have some weight in front, our body naturally knows what is better posture. So this automatically feels harder on my back already. So we know we kind of have to get a little taller already. So, and this is something we need to do in a daily life as well, because for example, if you're carrying groceries, this is something we want to practice. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we'll still march first. Okay, first what I'm gonna do, we're just gonna get the weight up, and let's get back into a little bit of press upwards. So we're gonna get the weights up. Okay, we're gonna stop our feet, and we're just gonna reach up and kind of turn at the same time as we're pressing up towards the ceiling. Okay, so we're gonna try to do that for 30 seconds. Do as many good repetitions as you can. So if you feel like it's getting too much, then feel free to stop. Just focus on the number of good repetitions. Okay, so we're gonna turn and go up. 1, turn your feet, turn your hips. 2, 3, 4, and it doesn't have to be very high. 5, 6, 7. Okay, and you feel free to move a little faster if your weight's lighter. Actually prefer to be a little lighter so that we can still keep our heart rate up. Okay, but also get a little bit of muscle training in. Okay, and let's come back and pause for a second. Okay, so we're marching in a spot. Next one, we're just going to go into some deadlifting. So we're going to just go into where we push the hips back and up. Okay, so you're just going to try to go a little faster, focus on pushing the hips back and bringing your hips back forward. Okay, so try not to round our backs. We're going to move from my hips. Okay, so 5 more seconds to prepare. Okay, and we're just going to do some a little bit quicker deadlifting. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can actually go at your own pace, but see if you can go on a slightly faster clip than what we usually do with a heavy weight. Okay, 10 more seconds. Okay, if you feel like you're getting tired, still trying to keep moving, but keep the movement good. Okay, and marching on the spot. Okay, so I'm going to march for 30 seconds. Feel free to kind of lower the weight if your hand is getting a little tired. Okay, but we're marching on the spot. Okay, we're going to go back into the pressing. So the first one we did is just we're going to rotate and press up. Second one, we're actually going to squat down in between. Okay, and then turn and press. Squat down in between and turn and press. Okay, so a little bit of squatting to make it a little bit harder. Okay, the more muscle we use at the same time, the more our heart has to work as well. So squatting down doesn't have to be very deep. Okay, 2. Okay, so focusing on good movement And then secondly, just try to move a little quicker than what we might usually do. Okay, but with smaller range of motion. So I'm not squatting all the way down. Okay, I'm probably just squatting a quarter way and pressing up a quarter way. Okay, and once again, back to kind of marching on the spot as an active rest. Okay, so next movement is kind of similar to the hip hinge. Okay, but instead of just dropping the weight down, you can actually push the weight there back. As you come back, just let the weight swing back and forth. Okay, so we're going to still sit back with the hips. You're powering the movement from my hips. Okay, so you're not pulling the weight of your arms. It's your hips that's doing the work. So you're going to push the weight back, and as you stand up, just let the weight swing forward. Okay, keep the back nice and long. Okay, we're going to try to do this for another 20 seconds. Okay, so we're moving weights faster. You should feel like your hips, your butt muscle, the back of your thighs are doing most of the work. Shoulders are probably getting a little tired by now. Okay, and back to the marching. Okay, we're going to drop one weight. So the next one we only need a single weight. Okay, but let's try the march first. So what we're going to do is that we're going to just hold the weight in front of us, and we're just going to bounce back and forth from one shoulder to the other. So not a big movement. Don't twist your spine. So turn your hips. Okay, so your belly button should be turning side to side, and not instead of just the shoulders. Okay, so practice kind of turning your hips first, slowly. Okay, when you feel comfortable, see if you can start to go a little faster. Okay, but you can still see my hips are turning and moving. Okay, so let's try another 18 seconds, 17 seconds. Okay, once again, you can choose to go a little faster. Okay, but if you do, see if you can make the movement a little bit smaller. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, coming back. Okay, so next one kind of similar. We're still using one dumbbell. Okay, but instead of just doing side to side, let's try kind of like the towel, but from one hip to the other. So you'll be doing something good first. Okay, try to turn. Okay, a little bigger movement. So once again, return your hips. So your toes should be pointing side to side. Okay, so let's do it slowly first. Okay, so see if you can belly buttons pointing to one side and then point to the other. Okay, and when you feel comfortable, see if you can go just a little bit faster. Okay, 15 more seconds. Okay, 7 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and keep marching. Okay, we're going to do the same thing, just in the opposite direction. Okay, so carrying a weight on one hand and walking, also a little bit of a core challenge as well. So the opposite side has to work to keep your trunk upright and lift up the weight on the opposite side. Okay, so let's get ready. Once again, see if you can turn your feet, turn your entire hip. Your back is the one probably getting a little tired by now. Okay, and when you feel ready, start to go a little bit faster. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, so let's get rid of the weight. Okay, and we'll bring out the bands. I forgot to mention. Oops, probably should use a different color band. So I'm wearing a green shirt as well. Okay, so we'll just be doing a little bit of punching pretty much. So I'm gonna wrap the band around your arm, underneath your armpit. Okay, and actually let's do a double punch first. So to step forward and push. Okay, and you just try to repeat this at a slightly faster pace. Okay, so good repetitions for another 15 seconds. 8 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, and shake it out. Okay, I think that is actually the last round. So let's just try to go a little bit faster for the last 30 seconds. 15 seconds now, actually. Okay, so 10, 9. Okay, maybe try to go really fast. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, so that was our second round of 10 minutes. So we're actually ahead of schedule. So we probably actually have time for one more round. Actually, I think we only have 7 minutes left. So we may actually just do a little bit of stretching to end things off. So once again, my Zoom is limited to 40 minutes right now. So after talking to Margaret, we decided to just keep the class 40 minutes long. So for the last couple of minutes, let's do a little bit of stretching. Okay, so let's stretch your shoulders out. So let's reach across. Okay, and bring the hands across. Okay, just deep breath in and out. If you still feel your heart rate is a little faster, keep moving in some ways. And same thing on the other side. Okay, since our shoulders should be pretty warmed up already, so let's do a little bit more with the back. So imagine this is my wall, and you can do this with any wall. So it's like a rack like I have here. But you're gonna put your hands on a wall, and you're gonna push into it, and just try to get your tailbone a little further away, and almost try to drop your chest closer to the ground, and just feel almost a little bit of tension in the middle of your back. Okay, so let's do maybe about 10 times. We're gonna just push into the wall, try to get your chest close to the ground. Okay, and just feel your mid back kind of lengthening a little bit. Okay, so from a different angle, you can use any wall and just pushing into the wall while try to get your hands overhead and also get your chest to drop down into the floor. Okay, so let's do another 5 times. 5, 4, 3. And if your arms cannot go any further, that's okay. But see if you can just extend the mid back a little bit more. Okay, maybe last 2, 2. So you're paying attention to where do I feel the stretch, or where do I feel the tension. Okay, so it should be a little bit of shoulders, but hopefully you felt something in the middle of your back as well. So we just do too much of this, so we need to work on the opposite way, bring the chest out. Okay, so let's lean our head sideways. We'll lightly pull our head down, and just trying to reach down onto the floor with the opposite hand. Okay, we're holding for maybe another 10 seconds. Okay, and repeat on the other side. Okay, and just roll the shoulders a little bit. Okay, let's do a prayer stretch. So hands together, you're gonna reach the wrist down. You try to get all your fingers to touch. Okay, and shake it out. Okay, let's go onto your chair and we'll do the hamstring stretch. So be 1 foot forward, leaning forward, feeling the stretch behind. For this time, let's just try to almost pull your toes kind of back a little bit towards the ceiling. Okay, let's do that for about 10 times on each side. Okay, and let's repeat on the other leg. So find where you feel tension behind your knees, behind your thighs. Okay, just move your toes towards you. A couple more times. Let's stretch your hips. So foot up and pulling the knee towards the opposite shoulder, or you can also do this middle of your chest. Okay, just deep breath in and out. Okay, if you do not have osteoporosis or if you do not have any hip issues, you can also lightly try to open up by pushing the knees down. Okay, but if you have osteoporosis, don't push this one too hard because we're approaching the end range of the hips, and that can put a little more pressure on the bones itself. Okay, and let's do the same thing on the side. So pulling the knee towards your chest first. Okay, once again, if you do not have osteoporosis, if you do not have any hip issues, you can lightly push down, and you should feel more like a stretch almost, or pressure inside the joint itself. Okay, and let's get back into standing with about a minute and a half left. So let's just do a combination stretch. Okay, so we're gonna have 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Okay, get the feet a little wider. Try to get your heel into the ground. Keep the back leg straight. Okay, and just try to squeeze your butt and push the hips forward. Okay, and let's do the same thing on the other side. You'll quickly hold for 30 seconds or so. Okay, try to lift the fronts of your hips up as well. Okay, and I think that's all the time we have for today. Soon is saying I have less than a minute left. So thank you for coming, everyone. See everyone next time. You're welcome. Take care. Bye-bye.